Awesome. So we've learned so far how to enter different data. We've also learned about the autofill thing where it will recognize patterns and complete the pattern for us. Control Z to undo that right there. We've also learned how to format cells. So you highlight the cells, right click, choose format cells, and we can choose different formatting options for them. And we've also learned how to enter some numbers. So I entered numbers, and then we've also learned how to enter a formula. And to see formulas, you could either double click on the formula, right, to see what's in there, or you could click on the active cell and you could look up here in the formula bar and you could see, oh, that's the formula that's in that cell. Or you could go to formulas up here on the ribbon and choose show formulas, right? So we've already learned some really cool things about Microsoft Excel. Well, check this out. I'm going to go to show formulas, and then I'm going to take this formula right here. I just clicked on that cell, G7, Control C to copy it, and I get those little ants around it. Control V to paste it. And look at what happened, right? So as I went from here to there, the formula copied over with its references, right? Kind of, those are called relative references. That's what that's called. It's just relative references. So anytime you copy a formula, or anytime you write a formula, it automatically will insert relative references unless you make them otherwise. And we'll learn about otherwise in just a moment. But whenever you write a formula, and again, to write a formula, equals that plus that, enter, right? Equals that, I'm clicking, plus that, and I'm hitting the plus sign, plus that, enter, right? That's how we enter the formulas. Anytime you enter a formula, it enters relative references. What does that mean, relative references? Well, relative to where this formula is, it'll add up the 3 cells right above it. Relative to where this formula is, it adds up the 3 cells right above it. So if I copy this formula and I put it here, boom, adds up the 3 cells above it. Put it here, boom, adds up the 3 cells above it. Put it here, boom, adds up the 3 cells above it. So no matter where I put that formula, right, Control Z, it adds up the 3 cells right above it. It's a relative references. Those are relative references in that formula. So that's how that works. So we could do something like write a formula one time. I wrote this once, and I could Control C, highlight this area where I want the formula to be, Control V, and it pastes it in those areas such that each formula is adding up the 3 cells right above it. So when I'm no longer in show formulas, right, I've got all my correct totals. And if I change 14, 12, 10, that's going to be 36. If I change that to 12, that's 38, right? So it's all working exactly like we want it to. So one other thing you can do is if I didn't copy paste those formulas in like that, I could just click there, hit the autofill handle, drag it over, and it does the same thing. So if I check that, yep, same thing. So that's how you copy and paste a formula with relative references. And that's what relative references are. And that is like something you absolutely need to know when you're working with spreadsheets. In the next video, we're going to look at what absolute references are. And we'll distinguish relative references, just like these formulas here. Right? We'll distinguish relative references from absolute references. So in the next video, we're learning about absolute references.